Welcome to another edition of Entrepreneurs in Fuego, Season 2 already. Can you imagine Season 2 already? Time's going to be very fast. We're interviewing and documenting the journey of amazing entrepreneurs, one digital footprint at a time. With me, I have Micheal with Infra-Tech. How you doing, Micheal?
I'm good, Francisco. How are you?
I am actually a little bit better than you because you got in trouble with Taylor. Almost.
Well, almost.
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 This is the time to redeem yourself.
Oh, I did. Everything she said since then, I did exactly what she said.
I will put my microphone in.
I will.
Just kidding.
Sounded like a bad ceremony.
Tell us a little bit about what you do and what you have here with us.
Okay, well, Infra-Tect is a company that has products that go in the water and wastewater industry. What that is the pipes, and most of the pipes are ductile iron pipe. Ductile iron is semi-flexible, goes in the ground, and it delivers water to and from your house, not in your house. But the pipes corrode. Right. In fact, we have a $2 trillion problem of pipes in the ground today that are already past their useful life.
Flint, Michigan comes to mind.
Well, that's an extreme example, but that's correct. But there's so many more pipes in the ground today that are already bad that aren't being replaced. So 22% of the water that is pumped from the source to your house never makes it there in an average part of America. So a lot of water is wasted, and water is pretty precious stuff. So we have patents on a product that's called a bevel cert. Bevel cert is a piece of high-density polyethylene that fits in the back of the bell of the pipe. It makes the pipe electrically discontinuous. So the pipes, the biggest problem they have is electrical currents in the ground that get in the pipe, that run up and down the pipe. They find the weak spot and they leave, and as they do that, corrosion starts. So pipes typically last about 40 years, and if you put one of these in there, they'll last about 200 to 300 years.
The way that the infrastructure is right now, you mentioned they last about 40 years. Mm-hmm. To your knowledge, when was the last time we, as a nation, went ahead and changed this infrastructure?
Oh, never, unless it breaks. But there are proactive people there who do it. But the problem is in your water bill, which is what pays for water coming to you, there's no money in there to actually replace and fix the infrastructure. Nobody bills you for that. So it's possible in the next, probable in the next 5 to 10 years, your water bill will at least double.
All right, so we know that this is a problem, and,
yes.
and I'm sure that this is a problem that not just your company knows about, but I'm sure that the powers that be know about this. Mm-hmm. And at some point, we're saying, look, we're going to have to replace this infrastructure. What is it that we're doing about it, if anything?
Well, no,
is the problem being ignored? What is it?
I would say for a while it was probably ignored because we are probably the only country in the world that has good water, and we don't worry about it. Do you ever get up in the morning and wonder if you can drink water that you have in your house?
No,
nobody does.
Yep.
I don't know of any other country that is that lucky. Yep. Okay, so from that perspective, they're just down there, and finally it has become an issue. And then as it becomes an issue and people start recognizing it's an issue, sooner or later something will happen. But with that, you're going to need either the cities to invest and spend that money ahead of time and be proactive in that thought process and figure out what pipes are bad, or you're going to have the federal government put a lot of money into it, create a lot of jobs to take care of it, or we're going to end up with another Flint, Michigan potentially, which nobody wants. Right. And if you understand enough about what happened, it could have been easily taken care of ahead of time if somebody would have screamed loud enough. So the issue is then how do you not just fix what's out there, but keep it from happening again? And if you're to play devil's advocate, if you're the pipe company though, if they run out every 40 years, then you have business every 40 years.
Sure.
So if they last 80 to 100 years, you got to increase market share or something to create a different type of business, right? So you have to look at it from the businessman and from the other side. But if you're a municipality or you're a private water company, you want to replace those pipes before they go bad because you lose water and you have problems, right? Because people have outages. So you do see people starting to spend money on that because water bills are starting to go up. In fact, there are parts of the valley now where your water bill will be double if you live in Mesa, Tempe, Phoenix, because they've already started seeing that can happen. So the behavior is changing, it just needs to change quicker than it's changing.
Is it a municipal, is it a city, is it a state, is it a federal issue? What is it?
Well, I think it's all of those issues, but when it comes down to it, Phoenix is responsible for Phoenix's pipes. If you live in the West Valley, you may pay EPCOR, which is a private company who provides your water. It depends on where you live, but they have to take responsibility, so they have to factor in what the cost of maintaining the system are and how to do that in a way that they can factor it without taking tax dollars from other areas.
I got like a million questions for you.
Okay, good.
Not the least of which is, how did you find this out? I mean, did you wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning and go, you know what, I think I've got a solution? And this seems very, very simple, but you mentioned you've got many patents that protect this.
And even simple things aren't truly simple. So the inventor, who I know, had a construction company, and he didn't like beveling pipes. Now, what I'm saying is sometimes you cut pipes, and then you have to put a beveled edge on the pipe to stick the pipes together, or they won't fit together. Well, beveling takes time, money, and because of the equipment that's used, is prohibited by OSHA with a cutoff saw, which most people do, because cutoff saws will shatter, and then blades go flying, and people can get hurt. So he started inventing this so you could cut the pipe and stick it in, right? And that's it. So that would be one every 15 to 20 pipes. But if you want electrical discontinuity and your pipes to last longer, you stick it in the back of the belt, even on the pipes you don't bevel. But that wasn't discovered until 5 years later, after he even got started working on this.
So it was the good unintended consequence of inventing this product.
Absolutely,
that is okay.
Unintended consequence.
And so how do you find this?
Well, so I took a little retirement time because I have to have both my knees replaced. And I got them replaced on the same day. So that's a long rehabilitation. So then I was coming out of that and deciding what to do, and him and his wife proposed this to me, and I said, let me research it. I researched it, there was a market, and so then we started developing a company.
Who is your market?
Who is my market?
Because we're talking about that this might be a municipal or a city or a state or a
Right.
federal issue, but who is your market? Do you approach the government with this, or is it a private company that provides the piping into the developments that you say you need this?
Well, it's all of the above. So you've got construction companies who want to not bevel pipe because they don't want to violate OSHA, plus they want to save time and money and have less medical risk. So that's part of your market. That's the smallest part of your market. Then you've got municipalities, private water companies, that's part of your market.
Right.
But ultimately what you want is one of the 3 pipe companies to want this product, because then they'll put it in every pipe. So that's your big sell. So all 3 of those are your markets. So you get some construction companies to use it, you get some cities, private water companies to approve you, and then the interest level will come from the 3 big pipe companies.
I would imagine if there is more public awareness as to why is it that this shouldn't be an elective, if you will. This is a must part of what the pipe should have in order not only to last longer, but also to provide all the benefits that you're saying.
Well, and we've done some work with the Army Corps of Engineers, and that's a long process, but it continues to move forward. So there are other ways to do that. But yes, this should be something that they would look at, or an alternative. I mean, certainly we like our product. It's the only one that sits in the back of the bell. It's patented, so it's protected. But there are other ways to do it that are more expensive and I would say not as reliable.
Were you always an entrepreneur, or what did you do? You say both your knees were at the hospital, you're figuring out what we're going to do next. What did you do before?
Well, this is the 3rd company I've started.
Oh, wonderful.
The other 2 were mortgage companies.
So did you take those companies, you sold them?
Yes, and then went into semi-retirement because I was going to be not walking around and moving a lot for a while. So that's what happens when your knees are getting replaced.
From mortgage to pipes.
Yes, that's not a normal change.
Well, you have mortgages on the pipeline, and now you have a pipeline.
But business
Only
is
mortgage
business
people
too.
will understand that.
Yes, but business is business, and you're trying to create a good business plan, and you're trying to figure out a good structure. So we have manufacturers, reps, we have distributors, people who sell the bevel cert.
When you say, you said something incredible right now, because business is business. So it could have been mortgages, it could have been this product for the pipe, it could have been anything.
As long as you're excited about it, you feel a desire to succeed at it. I mean, you've got to still have that burning feeling that you want to do it because you believe in what it is and you believe you can tell the story.
And you tell the story and it fills a hole in the market. I mean,
Yes.
there wasn't anything like this before.
No, and there's better not be anything else like it right now.
Because you got the patents.
My patent attorney's going to have a field day and be a very happy rich man.
We talked about the market here in the United States. How about internationally?
Well, we have a patent now that is pending that it will be used for international. So until we get that finalized, we don't move in that direction. But we do know who to contact as far as the biggest pipe companies overseas. But the 3 big pipe companies here do business internationally. So that would be a way to get the product out.
Is this the final company that you're going to be involved with, or you still have a fire where if you see something else, you're going to go, you know what, that looks
Well,
pretty cool.
Interestingly enough, we have enough interest from one of the major pipe manufacturers that this could be sold very soon. So then I have to find something else.
That's what I figure. That and that's why I'm asking you, because we're going to bring you back in probably 6 months. With something else that you're going to be. I don't know, the next plastic water bottle that is going to be the next thing. Who knows, Mike? I mean, you come up with all these things.
I've been out talking to people about what is the next thing, because I don't know what it is yet. But we'll figure it out. That's half my day, because the other half is working on getting this sold the way we're supposed to.
There is one thing that I am certain of today, is that if there's the next thing, Micheal will find out.
Well, and I will come back and we'll discuss it.
And we'll discuss
love that
it.
idea.
Bring the props, brother.
Right. Thank
you, my friend, and we look forward much success with this thing. I mean, it's just an incredible thing.
Yes, no, it's a great product. It's a simple product. Way too simple, and that's what I hear. Every time I take it out to people who haven't seen it, they go, I wish I'd thought of that. That's so simple.
If you hadn't explained to me what this was about in a million years.
I think it's a Frisbee.
It's a hollow Frisbee. What a great Frisbee idea.
Let me tell you, these have been tossed around the office. They hit people in the head. Nobody gets hurt.
There we go. I like that very much. With that, thank you so much. We're out.